More trouble with schools. This time, let's go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A newly released report shows the Milwaukee School District spent nearly $12 million on substitute teachers over the course of 1 year. It sounds like a lot. Wait. That's only because teachers there took off a whopping 92,000 days last year. The founder of the Education Action Group, Kyle Olson, joins us live in the studio. Good morning to you.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you. So 92,000 days taken off by teachers, 5,200 teachers. That
right.
seems like a lot.
It is a lot. The contract requires or allows 12 and a half days, but the average teacher took about 17 days, which is nearly 10% of the work year.
Doesn't somebody have to okay that, or are they sick days where they just, I'm at home and I can't
They're
come
sick
in?
days, they're convention days, basically any excuse to take a day off.
What else did you find in your investigation?
What we wanted to do, let's back up. What we wanted to do is show taxpayers where the dollars are going in these contracts, because 80 to 85% of every dollar that's spent is contained in these contracts.
That's right.
And so what is the ramification for all of these days taken off? About $12 million spent on substitutes.
Which could be spent someplace else. They had to lay off a whole bunch of teachers, didn't they?
That's right. And so what we're saying is look at these numbers, consider these facts as your politicians, your school board, your elected officials, state leaders are coming to you and say, we need to raise your taxes because schools don't have enough money.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other union expenses built into that 85% you're talking about. They spent 3% or $10.4 million on lump sum raises, $128 million on free health insurance, $28 million on the teacher's share of the state pension contribution, $15 million early retirement fund, $2.9 million teachers monitoring lunchrooms and boarding buses. I think back in the old days when I was going to school, I think that was just part of the assignment. I don't think they got paid extra for being out in the playground.
That's just it. I mean, here's an opportunity for teachers to say, look, we understand times are tough. We'll each take a day, maybe it's 1 day per month that they'll take, and they'll do this, and they'll do something for the school without being compensated for it. But the interesting point about the health insurance and the retirement is that Scott Walker's budget reform changed that for a lot of school districts.
Right.
But in Milwaukee, they extended their contracts so Walker's reforms don't apply, and so teachers today continue to receive those things and they're not paying anything towards them.
Well, we contacted the Milwaukee's Teacher Education Association. Here's what they said. The report does not include a number of bold and critically important steps by the Milwaukee Board of School Directors and the administration to ensure the long-term financial stability of the district, including steps tied to employee costs. What are they saying there?
Well, our point is that these costs are not sustainable. And what we'll see is when they can take effect, when the Act 10 reforms, Scott Walker's reforms, can take effect in 2013, we'll see if these types of provisions go away, because they have gone away in many other districts because they're not sustainable.
We talk about the high cost of education. And we know it's expensive because we want the best for our kids. But then when you see the numbers, it is jaw-dropping. When they take off 92,000 days and they're certainly not allowed that.
That's right. And these types of raises, so the lump sum raise is just a 3% raise for everyone, regardless of performance. These step raises, which we talk about, again, are based on how long you've been there and not what type of positive impact that you're having on students. So I think everyone agrees highly performing, highly effective teachers should be paid more.
And you've got a lot of really good teachers.
That's
there.
right. But the trouble is everyone is paid the same based on their number of years. And so there's no incentive to improve and have a positive impact on kids.
All right. Well, let's see if there are any changes. Kyle Olson, nice to see you live in the studio.
It's good to be here. Thank you,
sir. All right. 19 minutes now.